Hey, how's it going? Ben Morgan here. So in today's video, I really want you guys to pay attention to this because I've looked through some of the CNA YouTube videos and they are done incorrectly when it comes to Headmaster's CNA skill on foot care. So let's dive right into it and pay attention to everything that I have to say so that way you will be successful in passing your skills portion on Headmaster CNA exam. Thank you. All right, everyone, I am going to share my screen so that way you guys can see the skill on foot care.
Good morning, Ms. Jones. Good morning. My name is Janelle. I'll be your CNA today, and today I'll be providing you with foot care. Is that okay? Yes. Okay. I will be getting your call light for you and putting it right here within reach. Okay. I'm going to provide you with privacy while I wash my hands and gather my supplies. Is that okay? Yes. Okay. I will now wash my hands. Now that my hands are clean, I will gather my supplies. For this skill, I will need a large towel as a barrier.
Okay, so that is the first mistake. So the first mistake is when this candidate stated that she was going to wash her hands. So you actually have to put hand sanitizer on your hands and scrub until it's completely dry. So I'm going to just share my screen here again. Okay, so this is the skill on foot care on one foot. So perform hand hygiene, cover all surfaces of hands with hand sanitizer, rub hands together until hands are completely dry. So that is the most important. I'm looking over several YouTube videos that are done by different instructors, and for some odd reason, they are only verbalizing this. Please do not verbalize it. Actually do it during your skills portion exam for Headmaster. That is really important. Secondly, she explained the procedures to the residents, so that's correct. You do not have to provide privacy, where in this video you saw that she did provide privacy. You do not have to provide privacy. So let's continue with the video.
One large towel, 2 washcloths, 1 basin, lotion, and soap. I will also need a pair of gloves.
All right, the other problem, as you can see, we're going to pull up Headmaster's mock skills here. Where do you see put on gloves? You do not see that here. So you do not need to place gloves on. Okay. So that's another important fact.
All right, Ms. Jones, I'm going to go grab your water now, okay? Because my hands are now clean, I will be using a paper towel to open the faucet. And checking the temperature of the water. All right, Ms. Jones, can you please check the temperature of the water to make sure it's okay for you? Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll be doing Ms. Jones' right foot. I will not take her pants and fold them up so that we don't get them wet. All right, Miss Jones, I'm going to put your foot here. Today we're working on Miss Jones' right foot, and we're going to fold her pants up so that we do not get them wet. We'll take her socks off, and we grab our first washcloth and put it in the water along with her foot. Can we put your foot in now, Miss Jones? Okay. Foot in and get it wet. Okay, now put the foot out in a dry towel, and we take our towel and put soap on it. All right, we are going to start by washing the top of her foot, back of her heel, her toes, in between her toes, the bottom of her foot, now that her foot has been washed with soap, we're going to put the foot back in the water. Grab the second washcloth to rinse this foot out. Making sure we get all the soap off her foot. Get the soap in between her toes, under her foot. Rinse one more time. We will now open the towel, pick up her foot and put it down as we pat the foot down dry. Making sure we get in between her toes. We can take one of the corners of the towel and get in between her toes. Okay, we now take the lotion.
All right, so what type of problem do you guys see here? I'm going to pause. Let you think about it. Yes, right. She has one knee on the floor. So remember, infection control, you cannot have your uniform touch the floor. So she's doing that. So that just make that correction while you're testing. Okay, so let's look at the skills portion here. So again, I'm not sure, which state this video was made in, but it does not follow the steps for Headmaster in Michigan. So as you guys are browsing YouTube and you're looking at all these fancy videos or whatnot, make sure you are following the steps that are listed by Headmaster, because as a test observer, this is what I'm testing you on, right? So she filled the basin with comfortable water, right? So you can use your wrist or your elbow to touch the temperature, and then have the resident touch the temperature and feel and make sure that it's comfortable for the resident. And then remove a sock. So your test observer is going to tell you it's the left foot or the right foot. But this is important, right? So you have to verbalize that you're going to allow the foot to soak for 5 to 20 minutes, right? You're not going to allow it to soak for 5 to 20 minutes because that's going to take time away from your other skills that you have to test on. So verbalize this, okay? It's not 1 minute, it's not 2 minutes, it's 5 minutes, or you can say 20 minutes, right? Because you are only verbalizing this. And then use water in a soapy washcloth. Wash the entire foot, wash between the toes, rinse entire foot, rinse between the toes. So make sure the foot is dry completely. Again, this is bolded. So if you do not do this bolded bullet point here, you automatically fail the entire skills portion of the exam. Then apply lotion to the top and bottom of the foot. Avoid getting lotion between the toes. If any lotion gets between the toes, just wipe any excessive lotion off. and then replace sock on resident's foot. So with Headmaster, you do need a clean sock to place back on resident's foot. Empty the equipment, rinse the equipment, dry equipment, return equipment to storage, place the linens in the laundry, and then perform hand hygiene. Again, do not verbalize it, actually do it with hand sanitizer. Then place the call light, and then again, maintain respect and be courteous throughout the whole procedure. That's it. So let's finish watching this video.
And we warm up the lotion before we put it on her feet. We apply it on the top part, put that underneath the foot, never in between the toes. Okay, we put that down, and we pat to get the excess lotion off her feet. All right, Miss Jones, we are now done with your foot care. So I'll be putting her sock back on. And her shoe. All right, Miss Jones. Okay, and now we'll dispose of the water. Rinse. We dry the inside, dispose. We dry the outside, dispose. We take another paper towel to pick up the soap and the lotion. Right. All right, Miss Jones. We're going to put your pants down now. You're still doing okay? Yeah. Okay, now we gathered our dirty linens and put them in dirty linen. I will not take my gloves off. Wash my hands.
Okay, so do not pretend. Remember, it's a skills portion of the exam. You actually have to apply hand sanitizer and rub against until it's completely dry.
All right, Miss Jones, is there anything else that I can do for you today?
No, thank you.
No? A magazine or a glass of water?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, your call light is still within reach.
Thank you.
Okay, so now my skill is complete. Thank you.
Okay, so hopefully all these pointers will just help you complete the skill perfectly, right? Because that's important. All right. So I want to share my screen again.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's one thing to
Show you another video here. All right, just bear with me. Let me just share my screen. All right. So with this video,
and then I'm just going to scooch this barrier and move the pan. And now I'm going to place your foot in the basin, okay? And make sure the foot is, or the water is covering the foot. Okay, Mrs. Jones, what I'm doing right now is putting on my gloves. and I'm gonna move my items over here. Now, while the person's foot is soaking, I'm gonna go ahead and kneel down on my clean barrier. While the person's foot is soaking, this is when you need to prep your first washcloth, okay? You're gonna wet it, squeeze it out, and apply soap to all areas of the washcloth. You wanna do this before you lift the person's foot from the basin, because once you lift their foot from the basin, you are not allowed to place that foot back into the basin, okay? So I'm gonna take my first washcloth, I'm going to wet it, squeeze it out, I'm going to open it, apply soap, and then I'm going to make sure I get soap all over the washcloth just by rubbing it together. Then I'm going to fold it back into fours, okay? And now I can start washing the person's foot. Again, when you lift the foot up out of the water, you need to make sure that you maintain support behind the ankle joint. Mrs. Jones, I'm getting ready to lift your foot out of the basin, okay? And I'm just gonna scoot the basin over so your foot can remain over the basin, okay? So you wanna make sure the person's foot remains over the basin while you're washing. So I'm washing the top of the foot, the heel, and the sole, and then you need to clean or wash in between each individual toe. And also verbalize, I'm washing in between the toes. All right, Mrs. Jones. Okay, now while still maintaining support of the foot behind the ankle joint, you see where my hand is, it's behind the ankle joint. I'm going to get my second washcloth. It's already folded into quads. I'm going to wet it, squeeze it out, and in the same manner that I wash the foot, I'm going to rinse it. And I'm going to rinse in between the toes. Now I'm going to hang the second washcloth on the basin. At this time, I'm going to move the basin to the side and place the resident's foot on the clean barrier. Now I can work with both hands. So now what I'm doing is drying the foot. Mrs. Jones, I'm just drying your foot. Remember, support underneath the ankle joint whenever you lift the foot up from the floor. Okay? And I'm going to dry in between your toes.
Okay, so again, I did not hear her.
Okay?
She's going to soak.
I'm doing okay? Awesome.
So again, I did not hear her that she was going to soak the foot for 5 to 10 seconds, for 5 to 10 minutes. So again, or 5 to 20 minutes. Again, if you look here, it says you have to verbalize 5 to 20 minutes. So if you say 6 minutes, that's good. If you say 5 minutes, that's good. If you say 7 minutes, so whatever to 20 minutes is perfectly fine. If you say 1 minute, that is not correct. Okay. So hopefully this has helped and you're successful with your skills portion. All right, thank you. Comment below if you need additional videos. Bye.